Hi guys, it's Dr. Renee Clauselle, clinical psychologist and coach, and I'm back this week with Couch Confessions. And as you know, I've switched up the format a little bit of Couch Confessions. Again, it's where I'm going to talk about what's happening professionally and personally on the couch. So like trending topics, things that are going on. But I've added a Q&A version to the end. So make sure you stay till the end. And if you have questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. Or if you want to do so anonymously, you can email me. My email's in the comments, okay? But stay tuned so you'll hear what other people are asking. So a client recently told me during one of her sessions that she asked ChatGPT what to do when she was having a panic attack. And she said it gave her like a whole breathing script and coping tools. And she said, honestly, it felt better than things she had done with her last 3 therapists. And she wasn't even trying to shade therapy. She said it just honestly and authentically. And yeah, so I wasn't offended. I get it, right? Because we're living in a time where information is everywhere. And, you know, if she's doing those types of things to help her in between sessions, all good. And sometimes it feels like you can fix yourself with a good Google search, the right YouTube algorithm, or now a free AI chatbot that never sleeps, right? Never judges, never sleeps, always available. You don't have to worry about getting in that person's schedule. Don't have to worry about insurance, right? And it always responds in under 5 seconds. But here's the thing that I feel like not enough people are talking about or telling you, right? So, and I talk about this all the time on my channel, right? Healing isn't about how fast you can get answers. It's about how deeply you're willing to be seen. And even sometimes with my clients, I'm like, when they ask me a question, I'm like, okay, I'm not ChatGPT. I'm going to give you a quick answer, but let's dive into your question and how you heal from that question, right? So there are the ChatGPT answers, and I get that. So here's where it gets kind of interesting, right? You can't think your way out of emotional pain. You just can't, right? And that's why all the insights in the world, even like very beautifully phrased by ChatGPT, which I use Chat, like me and Chat are friends, right? But that doesn't change your emotional patterns. So there's something called interpersonal neurobiology. And that shows, so what that is it shows that our brains are wired to heal in relationship with another person. So when someone reflects back your feelings with empathy and safety, it literally activates different neural pathways. And that's what real integration and healing, that's like where it starts. So sure, ChatGPT can give you tips. A therapist can give you tips. But Chat or any of these AIs, it can't notice your tone of voice. It can't notice your body language and the nervousness in your voice when you talk about, let's say, your dad. It won't pause when your eyes well up with tears. It doesn't know when to stay silent because the silence is sacred and you've had like a breakthrough moment, right? It's not going to sit with you and hold space for you in your breakthrough. So therapy is less about giving you advice and more about giving you yourself back, if that makes sense. Or that's the way I approach therapy. You hear me talk about my clients. I love them so much. We're in a relationship, a therapeutic relationship. So that is why I created the Empower Your Mind and Life membership, because not everyone can dive right into deep weekly therapy, but everyone deserves consistent emotional support. So a lot of my clients do both. They do psychotherapy and they do the membership because they're getting exercises. Because inside the membership, I guide you through weekly personal growth assignments and journal prompts and live support, live chat support, and tools to help you regulate your nervous system, shift your mindset, and like stop spiraling when things get overwhelming. So if you're going to use ChatGPT, you might as well join the membership and use my chat. At least I know you, I understand you, I know your story. But anyway, if you're ready to dig a little bit deeper, I do offer one-on-one psychotherapy. And you know, it's not about sitting on a couch talking endlessly about your childhood. It's more about identifying patterns that no longer serve you and giving you the tools to live differently. So I always say my psychotherapy is like reveal to heal, and then the coaching aspect of it like helps you grow, like flow to grow. So reveal to heal, flow to grow, and that's why most of my clients do both. But I think the real message is you don't have to do this alone, and no AI will ever replace what it means to truly be heard and understood, and seen, and someone to hold space for you and energetically flow with you. Like that is the purpose of therapy. 90% of therapy is the connection and the relationship. Okay, so let's get to some Q&A. Let's see here. I'm looking on my computer here. Some Q&A for you. Okay, so we're gonna get into some Q&A. And here's the thing, because you're smart and you're self-aware, it's okay to try to figure out things on your own, but you don't want to get stuck, right? So yes, use all the things, use the exercises, use TikTok, use chat, use the things, but don't get stuck. All right, so question from this is actually from a viewer from YouTube. Okay, I actually like using AI. It's less scary than opening up to a stranger. Is that wrong? Okay, so this is from one of the viewers out there on YouTube. Okay, so here's my answer to that. I don't think it's wrong at all. Like I said, use whatever you can to help cope. And there's comfort in control, right? So you don't have to worry about being judged or misunderstood, and you have some control over the answers that are coming out because you're putting the questions in. But here's the catch. Healing requires vulnerability, not perfection, right? It requires vulnerability. So the parts of you that are scared and anxious and messy, they deserve compassion, and they deserve to be seen and heard and felt. And you can't get that kind of emotional feedback from AI. So I work with a lot of clients who've, built walls their whole lives to stay safe. And in therapy, we practice letting those walls come down piece by piece, and it's slow, but it's real and it lasts. It's not just spitting out an answer that you might not even be able to implement in your real life because you haven't done the deeper dig to uncover those vulnerable pieces in you. So I don't really feel like a lot of the reflections in chat or AI last. They don't have the foundation. You need the foundation of therapy. Okay, here's another one. Ooh, I've had some bad experiences in therapy. What if AI is just better because it doesn't let me down? That's a good one. That's a good question. I don't know who sent this one in, but thank you. So that makes sense, because bad therapy can do harm. And if you've been rushed or misdiagnosed or emotionally dismissed by a mental health therapist, that's a wound. But here's the thing, that wound doesn't mean therapy isn't for you. It just means you haven't found someone who can truly hold space for your healing, and you deserve better. And I work with people who are scared to try again. It's okay to move slow, right? And try again. One of the first things I say to people when they call for a consultation is, you're really brave. You're really courageous. You're brave to step out and try to do it again. And sometimes, therapists are humans, right? Talking about AI and humans. Therapists are humans. Sometimes you have to ask for clarification in what your therapist meant, because we're human and sometimes we say things meaning one thing and it didn't come off the way we meant it. But I guess that's the human error in therapy. But try again. Okay, here's the next question. How do I know if, this is from a YouTube viewer, so this is great. How do I know if I should stick with ChatGPT for support or start working with a therapist? Okay. So here's what I say. If what you need is a journaling prompt, a reframe, or an educational overview, I think ChatGPT is great, or any of these AI things. I think they're great. But if you're trying to break emotional patterns and build self-worth, like stop people pleasing or deal with trauma or just feel more like yourself again, you need a person. You just do. So therapy is for the stuff that AI can't touch, right? So if you're noticing, it's the connection, right? We're all looking for connection. So if you're noticing you feel numb, disconnected, overwhelmed, or constantly on edge, please consider working with someone, a human, whether that's me or another provider. You deserve to feel connected, right? I believe so much of what we're going through as a society is because of lack of connection, right? So having, again, a safe space, a safe person to help you transform, I think is big. It's powerful. It's transformative. So no, I don't think ChatGPT is better than therapy. But you already knew I was going to say that, didn't you? So, because deep down you're craving something real, right? Not just to be told what to do, but to be reminded of who you are. So if you're ready to dig deep, I'm not saying stop Googling symptoms, but if you're ready for something a little bit deeper and to start living differently, I'd love to support you either in psychotherapy, one-on-one psychotherapy, or I think what's even better now, a lot of my clients are finding this more modern twist to psychotherapy. I invite you to join my Empower Your Life, Empower Your Mind membership. So either one, you reach out for one-on-one work or to join the membership, and we start to build something better than just advice, right? We're helping you build your future through exercises, through connected support, not just throwing answers at you. Connected support, someone to hold space for you and give you actionable tips to do to resolve whatever's happening in your life, or options of what you can say and all those things that you're searching for with ChatGPT and Google. Someone who can really hold space for you and give you answers that aren't just robot answers that are connected and help bring you back to yourself. So that is Couch Confessions this week. I invite you, if you want to send me questions for the Q&A, check the description. There's my email if you want to send an anonymous question for me to touch on in my Couch Confessions. And let me know in the description how you like this new format of Couch Confessions. I kind of got tired of just talking. I wanted to really connect and have more community with you guys. So happy to take your questions. And that's Couch Confessions this week. Hope you guys liked it. Bye.